It's slime time. Another October edition of the franchise. We're still talking about Hellraiser. Hey, we got roughly 8 minutes of Pinhead to talk about over the course of two movies this week. So that's exciting stuff. We did a film noir one with one of the dads from One Tree Hill. That's great. And then we got a Jacob's Ladder scenario starring Dean Winters, the Mr. Mayhem from those insurance commercials. All right. So I mean, this is art. This is cinema. Okay. And I'm the D train, Daniel Ehrenberg. I'm here. I'm queer. Get used to it. Over there's Logan B. Adair. Logan, how's spooky season treating you?
Terribly. Honestly, I thought that these movies were actually I don't I was gonna say I thought they were gonna be good, but why would I think that? We were kind of down last week. We were like these we gave them one last week, or at
I
least
think
one of
these
them.
are horrible, but I actually had fun watching them this week.
I didn't. I feel like I might have fallen asleep twice during both movies. Honestly, it took me a bit to realize that was the Mayhem guy. He popped up and I was like, this is somebody. I know this guy. And then like three
It's
scenes later, I was like, oh, this is Mayhem, as you
I
would
was
call him.
shut up. I always recognize him because he's in 30 Rock. He like dated Liz Lemon on 30 Rock and called her dummy all the time.
Oh, he dated her but called her a dummy?
Yeah. He's one of the funniest recurring characters on 30 Rock. The one story, I think I like listened to his Mark Maron episode or something. He used to be on SVU, all right, and then they stopped using him for a while, and then apparently SVU was filming outside of his apartment building in New York, and he poked his head out the window, and he was like, "Hey, what's the girl on that show?
I don't know.
Mariska Hargitay. Mariska, it's me, Dean." And Hargitay was like, "Holy shit, you used to be on the show." And then she like went to the producers, like, "Let's get that guy back." And then he
Wow, it
started being
worked.
on the show again. It
That was
worked.
his plan. He was like, if I get him to notice me, they fell
Yeah.
into his trap.
I always remember that story when I see this guy pop up.
That's crazy.
Um. Anyway, that's in the second one. Let's start with the first one by Doctor Strange author Scott Derrickson. Okay, boy, this guy, he's made some movies,
Including this one.
including
Is
this
this his
one.
first one? What or what?
I think it is.
I meant to
Yeah,
look it up.
and he
It has
wrote
to
it
be.
too with his original writing partner, Paul Harris Boardman. And
Okay.
you want to talk about Boardmans?
Yeah. It's hard to look
Me
at
during
us.
this movie,
Exactly.
huh? Huh?
I feel you.
We're still having fun.
No, I
All
can't
right.
fake it. I can't even fake
You
it.
can't fake it. Oh
I'm
no.
sorry, guys.
Derrickson. So how many of these movies have I seen? I've seen
I saw
I,
two of them.
this is the sixth Scott Derrickson movie I've seen.
Really?
I'm like,
Maybe I've
I'm this
seen more
guy's
than I
number
think.
one fan.
What do you got over there?
I don't know. Do I have a ranking? No,
Do it
I
off.
guess
There's
I
six
haven't
of them.
bothered
Do it
to
off
do
your
that.
head.
Do it off my head.
I've seen three of them. Only three. Well, four including this one.
All right, you ready? Here's my ranking of Scott Derrickson movies. His best movie is Sinister.
We don't usually go top to bottom.
Yeah, but it's easier for me because he's got like five twos and a four.
Okay. All right. So that's easily the best one, Sinister. That's a
Yeah.
great movie. If you haven't seen it.
Sinister is like a modern horror classic. I would say,
Wow.
like, people really talk that movie up. And I was resistant to it. Only watched it for the first time a couple years ago, and I was like, "God damn, its reputation's pretty deserved."
Reputation. Check out He's Swift.
Yeah, Patreon.com/the franchise. New episode on Reputation, Taylor's sixth album. Just finished listening to our episode right before we started recording.
Pretty good episode, if I
Yeah.
do say so myself.
There was one part where I asked you to play something you didn't. That annoyed me. But
I think I might have done it on purpose. No.
fuck you.
Uh,
I literally found the time code for what I wanted you to play, and you still didn't play it.
you're right. You're right. I think it was because I spent so much time like editing something out. I was like, that's fine.
All right.
That was the time that I spent.
Sure.
But anyway.
Anyway,
So
that-
but The,
but
the
still
ending
worth
of
listening
Sinister,
to.
pretty dumb. You remember the ending?
Not really, to be honest.
Oh, okay. Never
All
mind.
right,
Don't want to
but
spoil it.
we'll cover it. There's a Sinister 2 that people don't like, but I've never seen it. But that's his best movie by far. I would say his second best movie is probably that fucking Doctor Strange movie.
Okay.
Yeah, it's got Mads Mikkelsen. It's got some fun special effects and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Better than the Sam Raimi one.
Right. God, I remember being so excited for that.
I know. Well, he's reportedly doing the third one now.
Really, I did not know about
Yeah,
that.
so maybe they'll let him go a little wilder on this one. I don't know.
I hope so. Why have him otherwise? I mean,
I
they let
agree.
him go a little wild.
They
There's some
did,
there's some
but like,
Raimi shit.
but I feel like now Marvel's in such bad shape. They're like, I think they're more open to experimentation. But let's not experiment too much. Then we might end up with a Joker folie à deux
Mm-hmm.
situation. All right,
We should cover that.
we will. Listen, that's the biggest flop of the year, baby. And you know, I'll talk about another horror franchise, Smile, because boy, oh boy, I've got a Rick to scrin over the failure of that one.
I saw a good review for it on X yesterday. Somebody
Yeah,
was real
it's one of
positive.
those movies that people hate so much that like people are now gonna have the hot take, like, no, see, that's subversive. You know.
Do you know a critic with the name Russo?
No, I don't know. Probably.
Okay. Okay. Somebody on I saw the name Russo was like, this is great. Check it out.
Vanessa Russo
That's
from
right.
Big Brother 17
That's right. Third placer. Should almost
should
won.
have won. Should have won. All
You
right.
can't say should have won. Like she lost because
I could
somebody
say
else made a great
I
decision.
could say should have won.
She should
Of
not have
course I
won because
can.
somebody else flat out just beat her.
But it's okay if I think they should have won.
I think that's more difficult because, like, when somebody makes it to the end and they lose, then you can say they should have won. But when somebody is like cut right at the end, I don't think you can say they should have won because they didn't even get there.
Suri should have won fans versus favorites.
Well, that's fine because they sprung upon a final two. That's
I knew you'd say that. I knew you'd say that.
Well,
All right.
that's the thing with that season.
All right. Let's get out of that nerd.
That's my favorite stuff, though.
Yeah, I know.
The
But
Last Exorcism. Don't people like that?
that's he didn't direct that.
What?
The
The Exorcism of Emily Rose. I'm sorry.
That's right. See, you fucked that up.
Yeah, I was looking at the poster only.
And I'm gonna say that's probably his third best movie. It's not good, gang, but it's all right. But my whole problem with that movie is it's based on like a court case where like the people in the court are arguing like, but she was possessed by a demon.
That's like The Conjuring 3.
Yeah, and I can't get into those movies because like if I'm the judge, like I think if
Just
you
like bullshit.
yeah, done. You should be thrown out of court for even attempting to make that argument.
Yeah, I agree. But don't people can't they plead insanity? You can plead haunted by ghost.
Fuck that.
Basically the same thing.
Anyway, yeah, I guess you could, but that you'd have to say insanity. Don't try to tell me you were possessed by a fucking demon.
Yeah, that is the easiest route. Just plead insanity.
Yeah, of course.
And then just come in acting dumb.
Yeah,
look around.
All right. Then I would say he did a remake of The Day the Earth Stood Still with
K-Dog.
K-Dog, Keanu Reeves, but also Jaden Smith. He's
in that?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that movie's bad, but like it's all right. And then Black Phone. People like that movie, but I think it sucked. It's boring as shit. And then probably Hellraiser.
You see Deliver Us
Scott
from Evil.
Derrickson. No, I never saw that one.
He did a part in VHS 85.
Deliver Us from Evil was his like after Day the Earth Stood Still came out and like people hated it. He was like, let me get back to my horror roots. He did Deliver Us from Evil. Actually, I think Sinister was first, and then he did that.
Yeah, you were right about that.
Yeah. All right.
So he's weird. I don't really know how to feel about him.
Yeah, I do kind of think he's got a vibe and a style to his credit, but I just don't think it's worked other than Sinister.
No, I don't think so either.
His next movie is called The Gorge, which he's doing for Apple Plus and has Miles Teller and Anya Taylor Joy in it.
Oh,
Yeah, and then he's doing Black Phone too. So those are his the films he's got on tap.
okay.
But let's go back to the beginning of his career, the year 2000, October 3rd, 2000. This came out. Um, they were originally developing a different sequel with Clive Barker, and it was going to be called Hellraiser Hellfire.
Hmm. Like
And
that.
yep. It was going to take place in London, and like the whole
London,
city.
Paris.
Stop making Big Brother references. I guess I was the first one to do it. The London, the whole city of London, gets swallowed up by the lament configuration. It's annoying even talking about these, and I it basically it would have been like a big budget, and eventually they were like, "This is a straight to video. We're not making this."
Yeah,
And
so he
so
just left.
yeah, so Clive Barker just bailed over creative differences. And the rumor at the time, because I think Doug Bradley said this in an interview, Doug Bradley, the guy who plays Pinhead, was that like this was just a random script Miramax had that they like turned into a Hellraiser script,
Makes total
which
sense.
it does make total sense. But then Scott Derrickson disputes this. He
Oh wow.
says that he pitched this as a Hellraiser movie.
I could see him being a big fan also. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But I could see him
Uh,
reading just a that seems weird too, because I could see him reading a normal script and being like, "Oh, this would make for a good Hellraiser movie." I feel like
no,
that's
he
what
wrote
happened.
it though. He
Oh,
wrote
he
it.
wrote. I guess I believe him, right? We have to
You
believe him.
have to.
That's interesting though.
I know. I know. They both kind of felt that way. Like the ones we watched this week was like, let's shoehorn Pinhead in there
Well, the other one
into
had
an existing
Kirsty
script.
in it,
Yeah,
so they built it around Kirsty.
but
So
it didn't even need to be Kirsty. Like if you really think about that story and what
she could be
Kirsty
another
does in
girl.
that movie, she could be just a different girl named Christy. And they saw that script and they were like, let's move the R and the I. Let's swap those.
Yeah,
And boom, Hellraiser.
Hellraiser, Hellseeker was born.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was cool to see Kirsty back though, and she lives. We might even see her again. Who knows?
I think her acting has kind of gone down a little bit.
Possibly. You might be right about
Maybe
that.
she's out of practice.
Seemed like it. But
You know,
she should
it's
get
like
back in practice.
it's like when a wrestler's injured for a long time, then they go back, they say it's got ring rust.
Oh yeah, like when
Yeah.
Edge came back.
Yeah, I think Kirsty's got some ring rust.
All right, fair enough. Well, the next movie should be better.
Uh is she in the next one?
She walks off with the box at the end.
That's true.
She's like,
Good point.
I have Pinhead all to
You mean
myself.
the lament configuration?
Yeah, I didn't want to keep saying it. Are they all called that? Every version of the box?
No, there was a different one, remember, in the second one.
Well, I know. Remember, there was a lot of them.
The one that was like looked like a diamond.
Well, remember the doctor had like 4 of them in his office. Remember?
Yeah, but I think those were all lament configurations.
So they're all called that. Is what I'm
I think
asking.
if it's a box, I think if it's a puzzle box, it's the lament configuration.
What about a sphere? In one of these movies, we had a sphere. I think it's
Yeah, see, that's
Hellseeker.
different. All right, I'm gonna Google Siri. How many configurations of puzzle boxes are there in the Hellraiser franchise?
All right. While we do that, you want to see my phone case that I put back on?
Um,
Daniel's not commenting on it, but it's a Scream phone case. Got a lot of ghost faces on here. It's pretty neat. So check it out on Amazon. This episode, by the way, is sponsored by Amazon.
what are you talking about?
I don't know. You're Googling stuff.
All right, here. I found it. There's 6. Oh, that's 2022. Fuck this bullshit.
You think they added more?
No, but they changed it for the remake.
So we had 6
Puzzle
up until the
box
remake.
configurations. I just Googled that. Let's see if anything comes up.
But don't spoil yourself.
I don't give a shit.
What if one looks like a bird or something? Like
Um,
we learned
a
that they can be
bird.
like they can be all sorts of objects, like in your house. Like a plate.
Wow.
A plate could be the lament configuration.
Jesus Christ. Um, I don't know, man. Seven. There's seven of them.
Okay. So the remake introduced one more.
Lament, lore, laudorant, liminal,
Why are there so many L's?
Lazarus,
This is like
and
Wolfram and Hart.
and Leviathan. We're gonna get to all those
Wasn't that a good joke?
motherfuckers. Well, no, because your whole thing is we shouldn't even have a Patreon. Everything needs to be accessible on YouTube. And now all you're doing is referencing the fucking Patreon.
I can't help it. It's my life. I can't help but mention things going on in my life.
Jesus.
Wolfram and Hart. I thought that was a good joke. Lila, Lindsay,
I
Linwood.
am trying to keep this show as
All right, we're
a
laser
contained
focused.
unit.
Laser focused from here on out. No
All
more
right.
Lila Morgan jokes.
Jesus. Okay. What anyway, this movie, let's talk about it.
Yeah, Clive left. They made the movie.
Yeah. Starts with these wavy credits, made me fucking nauseous right off the
What
bat.
you just said a few weeks ago? You love wavy credits. In Deep Blue Sea, you were like, "I love wavy."
Sir,
credits.
if we're doing a C movie, then wavy credits are important, necessary even. But where these wavy credits, I thought it was supposed to be water at first, and then it turned out to be like, I don't even know.
I don't remember, but you got me. You straight up got me.
Thank
water,
you.
Water movies, fine, but if not, get it out.
By the way, another Into the Blue similarity with the sixth movie.
Mm-hmm.
Remember I said in Into the Blue right off the bat they almost get in a car accident because they're being too kissy in the car.
Mm-hmm.
That shit happens.
Yeah, it does happen. It almost happened in Beetlejuice too, a little bit. The first Beetlejuice.
It is Beetlejuice, and I started thinking maybe that's a nice way to die.
Yeah,
you're lovey-dovey, smooching. Yeah,
well, that's what we talked about. Like if you die on your wedding day, that's like best case scenario because you're like peak happiness, then you die.
Yeah,
you don't want to live 10 years and then get divorced. You don't have to
hear all deal with all those years of disappointment afterwards.
Yeah. Why'd you cheat on mom? You don't want that.
Because she hadn't sucked my dick in 8 years.
Because she let Buffy die. Oh wait,
what?
I was talking about the wedding.
Stop it!
All right, that was intentional. That was on purpose. Yeah, but you're right. Maybe that would be nice to go out on top, getting a kiss, and then getting impaled or drowning underwater.
Yeah. Although drowning, that sounds pretty rough.
You're right. That's one of the words. Drowning in fire. Which would you prefer?
Drowning, I think, because then at least you're in the water, the majestic blue amongst the fishes.
If you're in a pool or a bathtub.
Bathtub would be bad, but a pool.
What if someone drowns you in a sink? They fill up a sink and just shove your, or like glass, you die in a puddle.
Well, if you're drowning in a puddle, you deserve to be dead. Okay, but at that point it's just natural selection. But like I wouldn't mind drowning in a pool because pool denotes summer fun, and I would like to die while having summer fun. If I'm burning in a fire, then I'm just trapped and ugh.
Yeah, I do think water would be better, but that's awful. Your lungs just blow up, basically.
Yeah, I'd like to either die underwater or floating through space.
What? Why?
Yeah,
you don't want to die in your sleep?
No, then you got like a great view as you're dying.
That's the craziest thing I've ever heard. You want to drown so you at least can like look at the water, the beautiful water.
Yeah, maybe Tony Scott had the right idea.
He was at a great view all the whole way.
Yeah, I mean that must have been beautiful.
Let's
going down. What?
I don't want to talk about death anymore.
Okay. Well, we're doing horror movies, baby.
True.
They're obsessed with it.
Hmm.
All right. Our narrator is Joseph. All right.
A little bit omany named Joseph Thorne. What is this?
Good point. Good
That was
point.
crazy.
Detective Thorne. And he insists on Joseph. No one in the whole movie calls him Joe, not one time. He's
True.
Joseph.
That's
All
fine.
right.
Do you got a problem with that or something? Or are you just noting it?
It felt very specific. I don't
Yeah.
know. Um, he's a hard boiled cop, and you get it from the narration. It's all like it was quiet.
Yeah.
The cigarette smoke was billowing from her throat.
It really is. It's just like
She
that.
had legs for days. And her ruby red lips glistened in the moonlight. And he he loves games. We find that out. Like he loves any game. When we first see him, he's had a pickup basketball game, and he's also playing chess with
Mm.
somebody on the basketball court.
Yeah, that was very cool. Just
All
like
right.
sidelines.
So this motherfucker can't stop playing
Very
games.
competitive guy
Very competitive guy. And he also loves drugs
and prostitutes.
and prostitutes. Yeah, he fucks prostitutes and snorts drugs.
But he's a cop.
He doesn't do the reverse. He doesn't snort prostitutes and fuck drugs.
That'd be a crazy thing to do.
That would be wild. That would be very specific to Joseph.
You could snort drugs from a prostitute, from upon a prostitute. I've seen that before.
That's true. I've snorted drugs off a lady.
Really?
Yeah, just to say you have,
Yeah, I haven't. So maybe I should. So I could say I could agree with that.
Yeah, you never been like in a room with like a lady and some coke, and then been like, "Can I do this coke off of you?"
That's exactly how that went down.
Yeah, that's exactly how that went down.
It's never happened to me. Something I aspire for, though.
All right, well, you'll get there, Logan.
Yeah.
If you keep going down this path, you'll end up just like
What is
me.
that? That's crazy.
All right. What do we got here? It's all right. So he has a wife and kids. That's
True.
important. All right. He's got
Comes
a wife
home and kisses his daughter.
Right. And his whole thing is like, it's not cheating if she doesn't know about it.
Of course.
Yeah. Which
That's
is great
just the
logic.
fact.
It's great logic. And he says he fucks the hookers to keep his marriage good.
I love stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's like real. People actually think like that.
I know.
That's so funny.
That is so real.
Yeah.
I cheat on my wife because if I wasn't fucking other women, we'd be assholes to each other. I don't know.
It's hilarious.
It's really funny. But his wife is my LVP.
Oh no.
I thought she's, it's very rare on this show that a performance really sparks me where I'm like, that doesn't feel like it should be in a movie.
Mm-hmm.
But hers did that. Noelle Evans. I'm sorry to say. But I've got to commend the casting of the daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Because on IMDb, the picture of the daughter is her as an adult.
Yeah.
And she looks exactly like the mom does in this movie.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
like
incredible.
I thought that was the mom when I was looking it up. And then I saw she was like born in 1989. And I was like, Taylor? No, and I was like, fucking.
Yeah, you're 11.
It's got to be the kid. It's got to be the fucking kid.
Right.
Crazy shit.
Yeah, great casting by them.
Amazing job. By Derrickson and company. All right, let's see. What do we have here? So he fucks this hooker.
She dies.
And she turns up dead. Yeah. Like the next day, he like leaves the hooker in the hotel room.
She hangs herself in the shower.
Right. Well, I guess he goes to work, and then he like gets a call at work from the hooker, like, and he's like, "Oh shit!" So he goes back to the hotel, and he frames his partner
That was crazy.
This is our lead. I feel like he's supposed to be likable, and like within the first like 20 minutes of the movie, he's like cheating on his wife with a hooker and framing his best friend for her murder.
Well, they're giving us what we want. You always complain about characters with flaws. This guy's got plenty, but he's our
Hey,
protagonist.
he's maybe a little too flawed. I mean,
He's too flawed.
yeah, he's got a
Where
lot
his good
going
qualities?
on. Yeah, give me something that I like.
Yeah, seriously.
Well, I'm supposed to like him just because he's into puzzles.
I like that he. Never mind. I won't say it.
What? Tell me.
Nope.
Yep.
I was gonna say he gave me like the cut. He was like the cousin of David Boreanaz at times.
Dude, I agree. I,
Yeah.
I thought that too. He's got like sort of an Irish fat head, and I mean, this dude's been in a ton of shit. I said he's one of the dads in One Tree Hill, but like he's been around since like the 80s. I've seen this guy forever, and you know, he's never really made much of an impression on me. He's got small eyes, and so I don't trust him, and kind of a fat head, and maybe a Caesar haircut.
Wow. Well,
Yeah.
he changes it up.
He
You know,
does. He does. But
I kind of
what's
enjoyed him.
what's
He was
his
giving
name?
it his all.
he
Craig
oh
Sheffer.
he is for sure giving it his all. He got this role and he's like, "Oh, I'm the lead in a movie.
I enjoyed
I'm
it.
fucking doing this."
I liked what he had to give. Honestly,
I kind of did. Yeah, he was all right. And I liked his partner, Nicholas Turturro, John Turturro's brother.
I wondered if
Yeah.
if they had a relation.
Mhm.
I enjoyed him too. Yeah, he's the one that gets framed. He kicked the cigarettes under the bed.
Yeah. He plays a cop and everything. So he's just like constantly like, listen, I think we gotta investigate. You know, we gotta look over that. Let's
Yeah.
go back to the crime scene, see if we can find any clues.
Yeah, he's very specific too. He's not doing like his real. It's not the way he talks at all. But I like.
Don't cheat on your wife with some kind of fucking hooker.
You nailed it. You're good. Nicholas
Listen,
Turturro is your best impression.
You gotta
ever.
be a family man and grow a sick mustache like me.
Did he have a sick mustache?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he was pretty good. But MVP, I'm going Craig Sheffer. The
Oh,
lead,
the chef.
the chef dog. Yeah,
Yeah, chef dog. Chef Craig.
Chef Craig.
All right. Let's so they go to stigmata piercing.
Okay. What's wrong with that?
Stigmata piercing. I mean, that's such a horror movie invention, but it's funny. If I found out somebody worked at stigmata piercing, I would think it was awesome. But so there's a guy there, and he works for somebody called the engineer.
That's right.
All right. Yeah. The way they found him was that they found the puzzle box in the crime scene, I guess.
At the first crime scene,
The
right?
first
He
crime
took it
scene.
home, and that's when he used it
Right.
like, in the hotel bathroom.
Right. He used it in the bathroom. Like he had sex with the hooker, and then he was like, "Well, let me piss so I don't get a UTI." And while he was peeing, he did a puzzle, and he ended
That's
up
right.
falling asleep on the floor.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he went to work the next day, and she died.
That's right.
Now we're caught up.
Right. So the puzzle box had this fella's stigmata piercings fingerprints on it. All right.
Lots of different fingerprints.
Yeah. All right. So he goes to check out one of his informants, who's my MVP of the movie.
Ice
Bernie.
cream guy.
Yeah.
He was cool.
Oh, he was cool.
What would your adjective be?
Repulsive.
I think that was cool.
All right. This guy, Bernie,
Mhm.
he's got an ice cream truck. All right. With porn all over the ice cream truck.
Only on the inside.
Only on the inside. But he's also a coke dealer and a pedophile.
He's a pedophile?
They say this in the movie. They tell us explicitly that this character is a pedophile. And like Craig Sheffer won't have him arrested because he gives him free coke.
Oh wow.
He's just
I
like
didn't
looking
catch that
past the pedophilia. so he can get his coke fix. But then there's a scene like a couple like literally like two scenes after we meet Bernie the pedophile where like the narration kicks back in and he goes, children are the only sacred thing left in this world. And I'm like, well, why are you letting that guy fuck him then?
Yeah. No, seriously, I didn't catch any of that, but maybe this guy's not so cool after all.
Yeah, I wouldn't call him cool.
If I was a
All
little
right.
boy, he could have tricked me.
It's true,
I'd
man.
be like, "Oh, cool ice cream guy."
It's a real Diddy situation.
Oh
You know,
yeah.
hey, Justin Bieber, hey, Bow Wow, I'm gonna break you into the
Is
biz,
that
but
confirmed? Why are you saying that
let
stuff?
me check out that rectum first. Um, why am I saying that? Because that 100% happened.
Yeah, you know that?
I mean,
Yeah.
it's gonna come out.
Well, when it does, we'll be the first to report on it. Logan and Daniel.
That's right. Keep your ears peeled here to the franchise feed to learn about Justin Bieber's anal virginity. Okay. Um, what? What's that face? You thinking about it?
Uncomfort.
All right. That's
Discomfort.
discomfort. Yeah. All right. So next step is we go into this bar. All right.
Sure.
And everyone in the bar is wearing a cowboy hat.
Okay.
That's the creepiest thing in this entire movie.
Where are we? Or does every movie take place in a different? Did we say that last time?
Yeah, I think they all take place elsewhere.
Is this a southern one? Is that why everyone
I
has
don't
a
know.
hat?
It's like a random city. Like that's what surprised me because it's kind of an urban movie.
Mm-hmm.
But then he goes into this bar, everyone's wearing a cowboy hat, and I thought it was genuinely scary. Like that was the only jump scare I had during the movie. Whoa, look at all those cowboy hats,
I
and
didn't think about it.
it was just tables on tables of fellas with cowboy hats. And he gets in there, and he's like, "What's this city slicker doing walking in this bar?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "I'm trying to solve a murder." And they're like, "Get your liver lilied, yellow bellied, suffering succotash ass back to your urban development, and we'll just stay here drinking our moonshine and sucking down these." Sorry. Maybe chewing on some of these pieces of grass. You know how Southern people do chew on. You're from Alabama. What are some things Southern people do?
Uh, I just got done fucking my cousin.
Hey, come on. That's
Oh,
see.
I'm sorry.
I'm asking you for authenticity here.
That was authentic. That was authentic.
Where you're all fucking your cousins down there?
No, I just thought that'd be a good joke.
Logan, you ever fuck your cousin?
Of
What's
course
the
not.
closest you've come to fucking a family member?
It's a good question. I mean, I feel like that's a good question for everybody. What's the
Yeah.
closest you?
What is the closest you've come?
The thing is, I don't know a lot of my cousins.
Have you ever masturbated?
No, of
To
course not.
okay, okay.
The only cousin I know is a boy, and he was haven't seen him in many years.
Yeah, you got sisters.
What? Now all right, we gotta move on. Wait, are we saying my sister's with my cousin? Is that what we're saying?
No, I'm saying you maybe had a weird moment with
Okay,
your
that's what I
sister
thought you were
once.
implying. That's what
All
I thought you were
right.
implying.
You know,
Of course not.
you ever sniff on some underwear?
All right, let's what up? We were seeing
Ooh,
fingers
I
pop
think
up.
that's a yes. All right.
Anytime I move on, you think it's a yes, when it's really just as I said, discomfort. But you're like,
All right.
oh, that's a yes. That means a yes.
No, usually I don't think that was a yes, but usually it is a yes.
That's not true.
It is. All right. Let's James Remar is in this movie.
It's true.
All right. He's a guy. He's an actor you see and stuff.
It's true. I never know what he looks like though.
I think we cut. I do. When I see James Remar, I'm like, that's James Remar.
Yeah, I don't know until after.
I don't even need to see him. I could hear his voice and be like, that's Remar.
Okay, that's cool.
All right. James Remar. We covered him when we did Mortal Kombat because he played like Raiden, I think.
Okay.
Yeah,
Didn't they
and
say the Miz was gonna play uh somebody in the new one? Did they ever
yeah,
make a new one?
I think he was gonna play Johnny Cage.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah,
I don't think they ever did that though.
I don't think so either. But I recently played a Mortal Kombat game. I got a
Really?
PlayStation 4, and I we got a Mortal Kombat game. I played it, and boy, oh boy, those games are crazy now. I played as Spawn.
Mm-hmm.
I played as the Terminator.
Yeah.
I played as Rambo.
Whoa.
I play. Yeah, they
In the
got all
new
kinds of
one, they have Ghostface.
ghost fit. Which one is it? Roman?
Well, Tim, I don't know if he sent us a clip or if I saw it or something, but it's like the two ghost faces from Scream 6 where they come out and they go when they wipe the blade off at the same time.
Yeah. So it's Dermot Mulroney
I think
and
it's his two kids
his.
actually,
Oh, it's his kids,
the
right?
daughter and the son.
I
So
hated
there
that
we go.
movie. I hated it.
Yeah.
Um. But anyway, Scream. Oh no, who else was I in Mortal Kombat? There were some good guys. Like it was really weird.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well
Is
we
it
can
only
move
like
on from
horror
that.
characters?
No, because their Spawn was there. There's like a superhero.
Oh yeah,
I
and
might
you
have.
were
I
Rambo.
thought. Oh, you know who else I was? I was the Joker.
Wow, which one?
It had the vibe of the Joaquin Phoenix Joker.
Really?
Yeah.
Why do you couldn't tell by looking at it?
He was no because it was like it looked like comic book Joker,
Mm-hmm.
but he was doing like wacky shit
Well, he
like
was like
Jack.
suicidal and stuff.
Yeah, just the way he talked sounded
Mm-hmm.
like someone doing Joaquin Phoenix.
Okay, that's fair.
Anyway, James Remar is the police department therapist in this movie, and he he's more than he seems.
Mm-hmm. He sure is.
Yeah, because he knows about the engineer, and he knows about the puzzle box from a previous case. He says, and he's the one who tells um, Detective Joseph, about the Cenobites, and we find out later why does he know all this about the Cenobites and shit. Well, he's Pinhead.
He's Pinhead. Big reveal.
Yeah.
I hate the Cenobites in this movie. They looked so dumb and ugly, and they were filmed so stupid. I think is it fair to just say the Cenobites as a whole are the LVP because I just hated them.
I don't see how you could go with anyone but that wife.
I thought she was fine.
Oh,
Seemed like
my
wife you would cheat on.
I have a note here. His wife is an insanely bad actor.
Yeah,
Like I couldn't get over it.
that's fair if you thought that. I don't remember thinking that though.
All
I just
right.
thought the Cenobites were like it was like. I mean, I know this is this like a DVD movie? What is this? Straight to
Yeah,
DVD?
this was straight to DVD. It
It
had a
felt
$2
like that.
million dollar budget.
Yeah, it felt like they were like a TV movie or something.
Yeah. So like James Remar is the only real actor in the movie. But then Catherine Houston shows up, and I was very excited that she plays Joseph Thorne's mom,
Mm-hmm.
Mrs. Thorne, and she's of course Mrs. Landingham from The West Wing. So I
Oh
was
wow.
very excited about her. She turns up dead in the movie, and then I was like, you know what should happen? Joseph should go into a church and deliver like a 15-minute monologue yelling at God, the same way Martin Sheen did when Miss Lanningham died in that episode of The West Wing.
Why would you spoil that for me when you know I haven't seen that yet? Mrs.
For the joke,
Landingham
baby.
dies.
For the joke.
How many people are gonna love
Yeah.
that? Was that worth it? Spoiling
Ev-
me for those laughs?
That was worth it. That was fucking worth it. Are you kidding me? All the West Wing nerds out there popped so fucking hard for that joke.
Somebody better
A
comment so I
Martin
know it was
Sheen
worth it.
church. Listen, comment
We better
the
get
Martin
one
Sheen
comment.
church monologue in The West Wing, probably the most iconic moment in the history of that show. All right?
All right, if that's true, then that's fair.
Yeah. Yeah. Bitch.
Oh, that was uncalled
Yeah.
for.
That's right. You're right. You're right. Sorry. I called you a bitch.
It's
Even though
okay.
you're acting like a whiny little bitch.
Okay.
All right. Um, so Pinhead sends Joseph to hell.
Well, he said he'd been in hell the whole time, didn't he? You're actually
Yeah,
in hell the whole
yeah,
movie.
but was he in hell the whole movie, or
It was
is
like
it
he
the
did like a limbo situation, right?
is that's what happens in the next movie though?
No, they're very similar, I think.
That's so annoying.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
Jacob's Ladder twice in a row.
I'm pretty sure that's what happened. And also they said like the engineer was like the evil side of you, and all those kids whose fingers he stole was the good side of you. Which is like sort of the next movie, how like those two cops are like the same cop, but then they're different cops or whatever.
What?
There are two cops in the next movie who are like
The
the
black guy
same.
and the white guy?
They're like the same Cenobite cop or whatever. I don't know. These movies are stupid.
But the black cop turns out to be real because he's in the framing device at the end.
Well, then who was the white cop?
Maybe
Because
he
I
was
thought he like
fake.
came out of his body or
I
something at
don't
the end of the
know.
movie.
Oh yeah, that's right. They did that little two-headed thing
It was like from
where
the
it was
fourth
like,
movie.
"Hey, I'm this guy."
Remember
You
those
know,
other two twin cops from the fourth movie?
yeah, it reminded me of Men in Black. Isn't there like a two-headed guy in Men in Black, and one of them's like, "Hey, I think it's Johnny Knoxville." And ain't I a stinker?
Oh yeah, I do vaguely remember that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Um. Anyway, so what happened? Oh, right. So he
He's in
wakes
hell.
up again on the bathroom floor, and then it starts over again the whole movie. And so he just kills himself, but then he wakes up on the bathroom floor again, and I'm like, oh, fuck it, for heaven's sake,
It's all a big loop,
for
baby.
hell's sake.
Oh wow, listen to that. I don't think I've ever heard that. For hell's sake.
Yeah, well, I just came up with it. Make me famous, baby.
That's how it works.
Mhm.
All right. So what do we do? 1 star?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, easy 1 star. Who's your MVP? The lead, Craig Sheffer.
Mm, you know, I think you kind of have to go with James Remar. Brings a little bit of class to his scenes that are missing from the rest of the movie.
I don't know. I like Craig's energy. I'll go
Nah,
Craig.
Craig's giving his all. Turturro's all right. It's great to see Miss Landingham. The cast isn't all bad, but I think Remar, like, I perked up when he's on screen. I'm like, oh, I'm interested in these scenes because that's James Remar. He has like an air of authority to him, and so that's valuable to me.
That's fair. Didn't really do anything for me. I guess I don't know him the way you do. So I'll go with Craig Sheffer.
Yeah, you didn't see him have his long relationship with Samantha on Sex in the City.
Really?
That's right.
I thought he was a big film actor.
Well, he's done a lot of TV too.
He is in a ton of movies I've seen. So
Yeah. All right. So,
LVP, I'm going the Cenobites. You're going with the wife.
did you want to do some sort of a year ranking for this bullshit?
I didn't want to bring it up because I thought it would just annoy you. So I was gonna just let it go.
We could do it.
I feel like you hate doing that.
Um,
What year is it? 2000?
yeah. What came out that year that would help me look this up?
Unbreakable.
Thank you.
Unbreakable.
Oh, wow. Doing the Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt theme song.
Yeah. Well, it's a little bit of a blank check reference there.
Oh.
Anytime they used to say Unbreakable, they would make their producer Ben play the theme song to that. So I'll go first. My number 10, I'm going to go with the Virgin Suicides. This isn't really updated, but number 9, Boiler Room. Number 8, X-Men. 7, Castaway. 6, Scary Movie, a 5-star masterpiece. Number 4, Time Code. Shout out to Tim for making me watch that. Great film. Number 4, American Psycho. Number 3, Best in Show. 2, Unbreakable. 1, Almost Famous.
All right. A couple shout outs outside the top 10. I'll say Together. It's a Swedish film. I'll say Chuck and Buck. I'll say Shadow of the Vampire. I'll say Bamboozled. Mission to Mars.
I haven't
Ginger
seen any of those.
Snaps.
Holy shit.
Great films. But here's the top 10. Number 10, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Number 9, American Psycho. Number 8, George Washington by David Gordon Green. Number 7, Wong Kar-wai's In the Mood for Love. Number 6, Boiler Room. Number 5, Unbreakable. Number 4, High Fidelity. Number 3, Best in Show. Number 2, You Can Count on Me.
Yeah.
And number 1, Almost Famous.
We matched Best in Show. That's pretty cool. No Time
Yeah.
Code. Why don't you love Time Code as much as
I love Time Code. I've got it right here at number 25.
That's too low. You want to hear?
No, it was a good year. I gave that a 4. My top 38 for this year are all 4 stars or 5.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's my top 17, I think. My 25 is an extremely goofy movie. So you think that's the same as Time Code?
Well, I've never seen that. No, but how many movies are on your list? I've seen 184 movies from this year.
44.
There you go.
Yeah.
So you got to make that adjustment.
No, it's fair. I know.
Bitch.
Jeez, that's the second bitch he's dropped in this episode. I don't like that.
Stop acting like such a bitch.
Jeez. You're acting like a Snatch. That came out this year.
What?
It has like the bitch. It sounds like bitch.
I don't.
Okay.
You're losing it. You're losing it.
I'm
What's on your
sorry.
shirt? What's this pattern? Is it bowling pins?
They're little pineapples.
Oh, pineapples. That's nice.
Little pineapples, yeah.
Yeah.
Who lives in a pineapple under the sea?
SpongeBob SquarePants. Hey, I learned something new about SpongeBob SquarePants.
What?
Doodle Bob.
You didn't know about Doodle Bob?
No.
Oh, hell yeah. What do you know about Doodle Bob?
We just got a hat in my store, and I didn't know what it was. And then I heard a customer say, "Ooh, Doodle Bob," and I was like, "Oh."
Doodle Bob. You know Doodle Bob's evil, right?
No, I didn't know that.
What happens is SpongeBob, like, he draws a picture of himself with this. There's like somebody drops a pencil in the ocean at the start of the episode. It like falls to the bottom of the ocean, and then SpongeBob ends up with it, and he draws like a picture of himself, and then the picture comes to life and gets control of the pencil, and it now can like create stuff, and it's like erasing stuff. It's doing crazy shit. Doodle Bob's evil. It's one of the legendary episodes of the show.
So much lore in the show.
Yeah.
Doodle Bob, Sexy Squidward.
That's right.
Patrick. I don't know. You know, right now at Wendy's, you could get a Krusty Krab.
The Krabby Patty?
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
I didn't know that. I gotta go get one.
They've got a SpongeBob menu on there right now.
Do you know that their boss at the Krusty Krab is a crab? Mr. Krabs, but his daughter is a whale. Pearl?
No, but let me tell you something about Wendy's.
Okay.
You can also right now get a pineapple frosty.
Wow, I gotta go to Wendy's.
Yeah.
Why are they doing this?
I have no idea.
Is there a new movie coming out?
I don't believe so.
I think they just made a Patrick movie or something.
What?
It came out like earlier this year. Maybe I made that
Bill Fagerbacky?
It might not be with him.
It better be. He's Patrick.
Oh, I thought somebody died recently. One of those guys.
What? All right, anyway.
I think the creator, maybe. I don't know.
The creator of SpongeBob died?
So I thought somebody died.
You better not be speaking out of turn here.
I don't know. I don't want to look it up.
Me neither.
So we can just pretend like I'm right.
I'm not letting my algorithm bring up SpongeBob shit on my phone now. Oh, God, I've said the word SpongeBob so many times around my phone in the last few minutes. It's going to start happening.
That's all you have to do. You can just think thoughts and your phone will have them pop up. No.
Yeah. Hey, you want to hear another great coincidence?
Mm-hmm.
I was watching an episode of Just Shoot Me this week.
As you do.
As I do. And you know who showed up as Wendy Malick's long lost daughter?
Who?
Paula Marshall, that girl from Hellraiser 3.
Wow. That's incredible.
Yeah, and I remember I said I'd just seen her in a Veronica Mars.
You're seeing her pop up all over. Is this
She's
around the same time?
It was like probably a little earlier.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk about Hellraiser Hellseeker.
Oh, well, of course we have to do my fifth installments list.
Oh, yeah. No. See, if you want to cut a part out of the show, I would.
Oh, you don't like that part? But this one takes no time, basically. It takes like 3 seconds. I put it 45 of 49 between that Universal Soldier Regeneration and the Vacation remake.
Oh, yeah. That was bad, that Vacation remake.
It was. Very bad. Yeah.
Who's in that? Ed Helms?
Ed Helms. I think Chris Hemsworth popped up. I don't remember who else in it. I
They
don't remember who's
should
in the family. I can look it up right now. Like
somebody
right
should
here.
combine those two. Here's my new character, Ed Helmsworth. Okay. And it's like a nerdy guy, but who's like he's got an Australian accent. He's a little bit handsome.
Love it.
Right?
Here's that money you asked for earlier.
Oh my god, make me famous,
Oh yeah, he's the
baby.
very famous. Yeah,
All
it's
right.
it's Ed Helms, Christina Applegate, Skylar Gizondo.
Oh, that guy, he's got a face.
He does have a face. Leslie Mann, Chevy Chase is back. I don't
Yeah,
know.
right. All right. So Hellraiser, Hellseeker comes 2 years later, 2002. This was actually pitched as the fifth movie,
What?
but yeah. This fella Michael Lent, he came up with the idea, and Michael Lent did not inspire Josh Hartnett to not have sex for 40 days and 40
Oh,
nights.
really? I thought that he did
Right?
for sure.
Nope. Different
Oh,
Lent.
wow.
Different
Okay.
Lent. But Michael Lent, he pitched this, and his version of the script, basically like the first 8 minutes are the same. Like it's got that car crash and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then but his involved hackers. It was like a cyber thriller, and there was like a Cenobite video game.
Wow. Are there any Hellraiser video games? There has to be.
There's a video game of everything. As
That
far
would
as
be
I'm,
fun.
I'm shocked Pinhead's not in Mortal Kombat.
He had to have showed up at some point.
Yeah, he'd have a good fatality, shoot some pins at you.
Or the chains just come out and take you.
Oh,
you
the
know?
chains. Yeah, I guess it would be that.
He never uses his pins as weapons.
Yeah, why doesn't he?
That would probably hurt. His face might fall off. I imagine it keeps his face intact.
You think it keeps his face intact? But we've seen him have a face without pins. It's like when Pinhead is at full power, he's got his pins.
I think if you move, he's less powerful with the pins, though. I think
he's less powerful without the pins. I completely
that's what I'm saying.
disagree.
No,
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
right.
I think if you take the pins out, his face would fall off.
No, but we see him when he's first like regaining his body in Hellraiser 3, Hell on Earth. Remember when he's like in the fucking that pillar?
The pillar? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, of course.
He's got a normal face, and then it isn't until like that dude kills more people and he's able to regain his full
You
power.
mean JP Monroe?
Yeah, that his pins come.
Right. Huh. Yeah, it's a good question then. I don't know what the pins really do or why he can't use them as weapons.
Yeah, he should.
But when it showed us the blueprint for how Pinhead is made, it was like do the pin here, 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 here. I thought they were useful. Are they not useful?
How are they useful? Like
Are they just for style?
acupuncture? I don't know. There's a lot of acupuncture in this movie. At one point, I thought the acupuncturist was going to start giving a blowjob to one of the pins, and I was like, that would be cool, but it didn't happen.
Didn't we get a comment from Eric a couple weeks ago? Do you think acupuncturists are mad about the movie? Didn't he ask that question?
Somebody asked that, yeah.
They didn't really show.
They acknowledge it in this one.
Yeah, but they
At
didn't say
least-
if they were
at least-
mad or not.
But at least they're getting a nice shout out from the Hellraiser community. You know,
That's true.
acupuncture, it's a thing.
That's good point. Yeah.
Scientific. All right.
Does it do anything? You ever been that like getting a massage and get acupuncture?
But I buy it.
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
hot rocks like that.
I've gotten the hot rocks.
Oh goodness.
Yeah.
Like all over you?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Even on my bottom.
On your bottom?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I had a
That's crazy.
masseuse put hot rocks on my bottom.
It's not on your skin, is it? There's like a
Yes.
towel. It's directly on skin.
I don't know because I'm face down.
You couldn't
And
feel a towel
I
on you?
can't even tell. I can't even tell.
I thought they like wet a towel and put it on you and then put the hot rocks on it.
That might be it. That might be
But
it.
I've never done it, so I don't know.
But it feels really good.
Yeah, I imagine so.
Yeah. I've gotten all the masseuse things. I've been stepped on. I've
You
been
got a happy ending.
Yep, couple times. What?
That's so funny.
All right. I even got I shouldn't say this.
Say whatever you want to say.
I once had sex. A lady,
No,
yeah, a masseuse gave me the option to have sex with her at the end
I
of
didn't
the
know that was real.
massage.
I thought that was
Yeah,
just porn.
no, that happened.
Holy shit.
Mm.
Was protection involved?
Yes, protection was involved. Her name was Rose. I remember that.
They have
Check
like
her
a
out.
bowl. They're like,
She's somewhere
here's a
in
bowl of
Brooklyn.
condoms. Is that what happened?
No,
Or you
she
were like,
like
I got one in my wallet, baby.
no,
Don't
she
even.
put. No, are you kidding me? No, it was completely professional. She pulled it out. She put it on me herself.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah,
Did she remove it afterwards too?
yeah, I think she did actually.
What? The service there is crazy. Did you tip her?
Of course, I tipped her enormously, hundreds of dollars.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right. Um. Why did I talk about that?
I don't think that's the craziest.
I
thing you've
forgot
ever
that
said.
even. I forgot it even happened until
Do you
this
remember how long
conversation.
ago?
I mean, years at this point.
Like a decade years?
No, probably like 5 or 6 years ago.
Okay. So, all right. Pre-pandemic. What if it was like 2020?
I think it was pre-pandemic. I don't. Maybe it wasn't.
Seriously? It was like in the pandemic? I can't imagine.
Might have been during pandemic.
That's crazy. They were hurting
No,
for money.
no,
They were
definitely
like, we're
not.
offering crazy deals.
Definitely not, because she wasn't wearing a mask. And every time I got a massage during the pandemic, the masseuse wore a mask.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was COVID like if you touch somebody, is it transmitted that way? Or is it really like respiratory?
It was respiratory. Yeah. So like I got like 2 massages during COVID. Neither were happy ending, just regular massages.
Mm-hmm.
And they just sort of yeah, they kept the mask on the whole time. And one of them made me leave my mask on the whole time.
Oh wow.
Actually for both of them I did. But one of them I had the option to take it off.
Okay. I'm glad they were being safe.
Yeah, yeah. In so many ways.
And that was in New York or Vegas? I guess that's a good way
that
to
was in
tell.
Brooklyn. That was in Brooklyn. No, I haven't gotten one since
I
I've
guess
gotten
you've
a
had a
massage.
girlfriend.
I've gotten 2 massages here, but neither of them were out of hand.
Or in hand.
Or in. Good point. Very
You ever do
good.
the aqua massage?
No, I've never done that.
Yeah. Okay.
I've seen it in the mall.
Yeah.
Seen people
okay.
doing that in the mall.
It's crazy to do that in the mall.
I know, isn't it? I don't
It's like
wanna
going to
get
a water
massage.
park
Yeah.
at the
Yeah.
mall. And you're just walking around with like we got flip flops and a bag with your clothes in it.
Well, hopefully at a water park you usually get a like a locker.
That's true, actually. You get
Yeah.
a locker.
Yeah.
Good point.
All right. Anything but talking about Hellraiser.
Yeah.
All right. This one. Oh, right. So I told you the dude, it was like a cyber thriller, right?
Mhm.
And then it was going to be directed by this fella, but he left to go do Highlander Endgame starring Edge. And then it evolved into this. They
All right.
brought in Rick Bota to direct.
Okay. I would have just said Boda. You really emphasized it.
Well, I thought it might be Spanish.
Or Bada.
It's definitely not Bada. What am
No?
I, some kind of fucking Philistine here? No, Rick Bota. He was a DP, cinematographer, you know. He's still doing that now, but like at
He's a
this
real
time
Giovanni
he tried
Ribisi.
to be a direct. Yeah, he's really fuck off. But you know, he was the DP for the Tales from the Crypt series. I think
Okay.
that's probably how he ended up with this game.
All right.
And it's co-written by Carl V. Dupre and Tim Day. I'm not familiar with Tim Day, but Carl V. Dupre wrote Detroit Rock City, which is a movie I like.
Is Tim Daly a person?
Tim Daly is definitely.
This kind of like Tim Daly, but it's just Tim Day.
Yeah, you just pop that L out of there, and you got a whole new guy.
That's pretty interesting. What do you
Is
think
it?
about it? I don't know.
I'll be
Maybe don't
thinking
think
about
about
that all day.
Yeah.
All right. let's get into it. It starts with a Dante's Inferno quote, and I was like, "That's crazy to call your previous film Inferno and then start the next one with a Dante's
Good
Inferno
point.
quote." Yeah,
Yeah. What's a good Hellseeker quote for the next movie? Something to do with a Hellseeker.
yeah, good point.
I don't even know what Hellseeker
How
is.
about this? Hellbender. You know that song?
No.
It's by Lord Awesome, Henry's
Really?
band. Yeah, yeah.
That's that sounds like the song from the last movie, the Hellraiser, the
Oh
one that
yeah,
was Triple
yeah.
H song.
Lemmy
Yeah, that sounds
song.
just like that.
Well, I don't want to say Henry ripped them off,
You said
but
Hellbender?
yeah, Hellbender. They had a song, Lord Awesome.
Wow, that's really cool.
You know, Lord Awesome's drummer, Aaron Farinelli,
Hmm.
is like very successful right now. He's in a
Yeah,
band called Whalefall.
yeah, I've heard of it.
And have you?
You've talked about it like the
Oh,
other.
I've talked about it. Oh, yeah, we've had him on the show.
Yeah,
Oh, I should have asked him if he wanted to come on for a
that used to
Hellraiser.
be a thing. He used to come on like for
Yeah,
like the
usually he
third
used to come
week
on
or
for
whatever.
for October.
We really
Um,
me coming on is screwed our guests.
it's true.
If
But
any of them
anyway,
want to come, reach out to Daniel. Tell him you want to come on. That'd be fun.
yeah, I think Aaron still listens to the show. So text me, Aaron. I miss you.
Yeah,
But he was. I just want to brag about my friend. He was just recently. Whalefall did a tour of Japan.
yeah.
They played like a whole bunch of shows in Japan,
Wow,
and like I saw all these pictures. It was awesome.
that is awesome. That's like my
Yeah,
number one tourist destination, Japan. That'd be so cool to go there. He
yeah,
went there on a tour. Like he just got to go there.
that's right.
That's the
He
coolest thing
got
ever.
paid to go to Japan.
That is crazy.
Yeah,
Living the dream.
live
Is he the drummer for
professional.
the new band, or is he? Or
Yeah,
is it a different role?
no,
Same
he's a
same thing.
drummer. That man is a drummer. I have seen him drum. He drums like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he's great.
Mm-hmm.
He's like
Did
you could tell, like as good as Lord Awesome was, and like all this Henry's great and Nathan, but like you see Aaron, you're like, whoa.
he's like the Travis Barker for Blink 182. You listen to them, you're like, holy, who is this drummer on these
I
tracks?
guess so.
Holy
I
shit.
guess so. Yeah.
Pearl Jam always had a great drummer too, whoever that guy is.
There's a lot of good drummers out there, Logan.
Listen to Black by Pearl Jam. That's some of my favorite drum stuff in any song.
It's got great piano stuff.
I don't
Right?
know. I don't really know that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anyway, I was gonna say speaking of black, but I'm pretty sure every character in this movie is white. Oh,
No,
not
the
the
cop.
cop. The
Yeah.
cop. Steak. All right. So it opens the movie. It's exactly like the first X-Men movie. Did you notice that?
Like at the Holocaust.
No, no.
That's
We're
how the other one
doing
opens.
so in the X-Men movie, you're like it starts with Cerebro. Remember the entrance to Cerebro?
I thought it opened at the camp.
It does. I'm telling you, the
Oh.
credits fade into that.
Oh, okay, sure, of course.
All right. So you see Cerebro, and sorry, I got
You called me a bitch twice earlier. It's fine. You're
Well,
getting
stop
mad.
acting like a bitch.
Yeah.
The Cerebro, it like you see it like the lock turns,
Yeah.
and then the thing opens, and you like zoom into and then the picture starts. You're in the Holocaust. It started exactly like that in this one, but except it's the puzzle box.
You're right. You're totally right about that. I didn't
Yeah.
really put that together. The first movie opened sort of cool too, where we saw the puzzle box, and then we saw like Hellraiser come out of the puzzle box. Do you remember that from the first movie? And then the way it ended too, like the picture went back into the puzzle box at the end of the movie.
Are you talking about the first movie
The
or
very
the
first
we
movie.
covered today?
The very first movie,
Okay.
Hellraiser.
Okay.
It like opened where like we come out of the puzzle box and like the movie starts, and then it ends where like the movie goes back into the puzzle box, basically. Crazy decision by Clive.
Yeah, Clive. They should get him
So-
back to direct one of these bad boys.
They tried, you said, and it didn't work out.
Yeah, I guess so. All right. So we got Kirsty. Remember Kirsty?
I popped so hard.
I bet you did.
Well, it said her in the credits. I knew she was coming.
Yeah, yeah. She's second build in the credits. I
Mhm.
thought she'd have a bigger role because she's second billed in the credits, but she's like barely in this fucking thing. Um, but she looms large.
She does. Yeah.
Yeah. So she's married at this point to a fella named Trevor. Okay. And
AKA Mayhem.
yeah, aka Mayhem, your local agent. And he they drive off a bridge because they're too kissy. All right. But here's the thing. All this is bullshit, as we find out later. Trevor is actually a real piece of shit. All right. He A is cheating on Kirsty with at least three people that we know about.
Mhm.
Okay. Um, his boss at work, a neighbor girl with a cute snaggletooth, um, and his acupuncturist.
True, like you do.
All right.
No, just kidding.
He's fucking all three of these ladies. And not only that, but is conspiring with a fella at work to kill his wife, Kirsty, and take her inheritance money. Because we know Kirsty's from a bit of a well to do family.
Yeah,
We
they got
learned
left
that
that
in the first
house.
one. Yeah, they got left that house. Ebert didn't fucking pick up on it, but it
That's my
happened.
favorite thing.
Yeah. Fucking. All right. So, but
I
basically, the
hated the
whole
guy at work. He might be my LVP. I thought he was pretty
hated
bad.
everything to do with work. It was like one of those fake jobs where it's like we saw this a lot in like the late 90s, early 2000s, where like they set up it's like a soul crushing cubicle job.
Yeah.
But like no one knows, no one, they haven't actually worked those jobs. So like it's really unspecific. Like it's literally like you finish those reports.
Yeah, it's like the
At
end of the
what
quarter coming up. Like
yeah,
stuff like that.
right. It's always stuff like that. At one point, the dude in this movie says to Dean Winters, "You better start crunching those numbers. I don't know. I don't care which numbers, but you better start crunching some." And it's like,
What?
that's a crazy line.
Yeah, they have no objective in this job. They're just doing
Yeah,
whatever they want to.
they're sitting at a cubicle at a computer doing numbers.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and they tint the whole thing like a sickly blue for the fluorescent lighting and
I
shit.
like how the Derrickson one did that for when he was in the other realm. Like he would go into that bedroom that was all blue. I sort of liked
Yes,
that.
yeah. But in both of these movies though, there's a shit ton of color filters, just because that's what we were doing in the early 2000s.
It's all they had money for too, for these movies.
I guess that's how you make them look interesting.
Yeah, yeah, I think
I
so.
don't know. It was I hated it. Um,
I sort of enjoyed it. Like it's a thought, I
I
guess.
liked it more in the Derrickson one. Like it felt more artistic or something. In this one, it kind of just felt random.
Yeah, no, you're totally right. And
Like
yeah,
this scene's gonna be green, and
the,
this scene's gonna be orange.
yeah, there was intention with the other one.
Yeah. Um. All right. So most of the movie we're following Trevor post car crash, and he doesn't realize he's in a Jacob's Ladder scenario. He doesn't
You're
remember
spoiling
that
all these movies for me. I
we
was
used
planning
to.
on watching that in October.
Didn't you used to listen to the show with Henry because Henry would make a Jacob's Ladder reference in like every other episode?
I never cared to think about that movie, but now that I'm about to watch it, that's like active in my mind. So when you're talking about it now, it's like, oh, I know.
Well, it's impossible. It's like when you watch like Palm Springs or Happy Death Day, like you have to reference Groundhog Day.
Okay, fair enough.
Like Jacob's Ladder is the formative movie for every single one of these.
All right, fair enough.
All right, so he's in a Jacob's Ladder scenario, and he's just like going through it, and he doesn't real. He's like, "Where's my wife?" And he doesn't realize he tried to kill his wife or what had happened there.
Well, the thing is, like they say, she escaped. Like he thinks that she died in the crash, but she got out, and they're like, "Where is she?" Because her body wasn't found either, so he doesn't know where she is either.
Well, I
But
didn't understand the cop giving him shit about that. Like he's like, I passed out in the crash. I don't remember what happened. Like last I saw, she was in the car, and then the cop's like, but like, I got you. She's not in the car. And then he's
yeah,
just like, well, after I passed out, she might have gotten out.
Yeah, I'm telling you my side of the story.
Yeah,
This is all I know.
why are you trying to pin this guy down?
Oh, that was nice of you.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then are we at like the twist part? Like she actually killed him and
I
she
mean
got
that yeah,
that.
that's the end of the movie. Like it turns out Kirsty fucking sacrificed him to Pinhead, and so that's what he's going through, like the same sort of hell scenario that Joseph was going through in the
Exactly.
last movie.
Yeah.
Um,
But I was glad
but
she was alive.
oh, me too, because then maybe we could see her again in a future film.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
But you
mm-hmm.
said her acting wasn't that great. So, but maybe she'll get better.
Yeah, she was not the worst in the movie. I thought the worst in the movie. You didn't like the work guy. I didn't like the work girl. I thought the one who played his boss was really bad.
I enjoyed all the women for the most part.
Well,
Who was that one in her underwear in his apartment? They kept showing like shots of her butt in her underwear.
well, that was the snaggletooth girl. I was more focused
Okay.
on the tooth. Um,
They're like really close up on her underwear.
yeah, but I was like, that tooth is cute.
You were like,
Um,
what's up with these ugly shots of her underwear?
yeah, get off of that ass and show me that tooth again, movie.
That's fair enough.
Um, so I yeah, everyone was trying to fuck this guy. Like that's part of the movie. And we find out later it's because he was cheating with all these women, but it's so crazy. Like he has amnesia for most of the movie, and so he's like, he all right, I guess I'm gonna go to work, and then his boss like tries to fuck him against like a Cracker Jack machine,
Mm-hmm.
and then he goes home. His neighbor shows up, immediately tries to fuck him, and then he goes to an acupuncturist. She's trying to fuck him. There's one
You think
scene
it's
where
not real?
no, I mean, he was fucking all these women, but in the context of the movie where like he has amnesia and we're like learning about it in real time, like it's insane.
Yeah, I didn't think that much about it. I don't know. That wasn't a problem I had.
I don't know. I did like
I don't know what my real problems are.
the whole thing with these movies is like we're doing pleasure and pain. Like, what's the difference? Which they're all interconnected, but
Mm-hmm.
like this one was all pleasure. Like there was barely any pain.
It's a good point. Well, we did like she killed them all at the end,
It was
or
sort of like a Cinemax movie or something, like a softcore porn.
yeah. I just thought the acting was mostly just bad in this one.
And you know what's wild is none of those women I brought up, we don't see any of their boobs, but
Mm.
there are boobs in this movie because he like looks across outside of his window, and at the apartment building across, he sees a lady naked, and then she covers up with the curtain, but the curtain's see through.
Bad job by her.
Yeah, bad job by her getting see through curtains.
It's a good point, but we didn't have. I don't think any nudity in the Inferno, right? Which one was nudity all in the
I think
third
there
or the
was
fourth one?
nudity in Inferno.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but like kind of just random. Like
I think the
they just
most
like
nudity
popped
was.
some tits in there.
I think JP, the third one, had the most nudity, probably.
Yeah, that. Although not even really. Like that one was a little bit chased because remember there was that sex scene where he had his hands
Yes.
over her boobs.
No, you're actually right about that.
Yeah,
Not the most nudity in these movies.
no, but I mean, like everyone is just like the neighbor who you were talking about, her butt,
Mm-hmm.
because we see her butt because she says, "Do you want to see my new tattoo? It's on my pussy." And she shows her pussy, and then she's like, "I considered getting it on my ass, but I decided for pussy." Like that happens in this movie.
Uh, yeah, that's a weird decision.
I was just deciding between the two. I went pussy over ass.
Did she have other tattoos, or that was the one tattoo
I
she
think
had?
it was like her one tattoo.
That's a
It's
crazy
it's not
decision.
like girls now; they're tatted up all over the place.
Who would get their first tattoo on their vagina?
I remember Cassie Torres did in high school.
Really?
Yeah, she showed it to me.
Cassie Torres.
Yeah.
Shout out to her. Oh my god.
I wonder where she is these days.
I don't know. Hope doing well.
Casilda Torres, Cassie. Um, I didn't need to say her fucking full name.
No, that wasn't
All right.
necessary.
Anyway, who we got?
I don't for
Who
what?
else? I don't know. What else you got from this movie?
The friend at work shot himself in the face.
Oh
Everyone
yeah,
dies.
it looked shitty. There's a lot of bad CGI in these movies.
There are. You're actually right about that. It turns
Mhm.
out basically that yeah, he was gonna kill Kirsty for get him to get her to Pinhead, but then she made a deal with Pinhead to kill all of his friends and him. So that's what she
Wow,
did.
wow.
And then Kirsty walks away on top with the lament configuration.
The lament configuration.
So that's cool.
Yeah,
That's the end of the movie.
I
One
guess.
star. My MVP. I'm gonna go with Dean Winters. I'll go with the
D.
leads for both of the movies.
Um. Wait, hang on. Hell, what's this movie called?
Hellraiser, Hellseeker.
Thank you, thank you. Um, you're going Dean Winters as MVP?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that might be right. I think I will too. In this case, like he really did like. I do think the movie would be worse without him.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
You can see why he got a big commercial spot for all these years.
my LVP is the boss at work, okay? And she's played by an actress named Sarah Jane Redmond.
Okay.
And when I looked her up, I realized she has been in a movie we just recently covered.
Okay, what's that?
She played Tibby's mom
I
in
see that.
Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants.
Yeah, she's the one that gives birth. Is that right? Tibby's mom gives birth. Somebody's mom gives birth. No, I think that's Carmen's
Yes.
mom. Was that
Oh,
Carmen's
right,
mom or
right.
Tibby's mom? I think it
Tibby's
was,
in there with Carmen's mom, I
that's
think.
right. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
totally what happened. Yep. How do I
Um,
remember their names? That's incredible.
I know, incredible
I don't
stuff.
know the other ones.
But me neither. It's just Alexis Bledel and Serena van der Woodsen. But
They all had A names though. I thought,
A names.
or like high in the Bridget, or like high in the alphabet names.
One of them's definitely Bridget.
I think the blonde. I think the Blake
Serena
Lively.
van der Woodsen. Yeah. Um. Yeah. All right. That's all I got.
Okay. So, LVP. I don't know. It's either between the white cop, Michael J. Rogers,
Oh, he was bad. He was really bad.
or his friend at work, Brett, played by Trevor White. But I think I'll go the white cop. I really
I
didn't like
I
that guy.
think he was worse. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
with you on that.
he was really bad, especially compared to the black cop, who was way better than him.
Yeah, it was just the black cop like never and nothing he said made sense to me. And I guess you could just chalk that up to it being a dream the whole time, but then like what are we even doing?
What are we doing?
But I thought the performance was fine by that guy.
Yeah, I
Um
agree. Do you care about my 6 installments list? We
no,
can end it
but
after this.
read
week.
it anyway. What's the we
Okay.
don't you can do it. What's the should we do 2002 ranking?
Oh yeah, we could do that. I have it 28 out of 31 between Paranormal Activity, The Ghost Dimension, and the Planet of the Apes remake by Tim Burton.
Oh my god, yeah.
So 2002, we did this months ago, but we'll do it
Did
again.
we?
I forgot what for. Number 10, Insomnia. Number 9, Signs. 8, Bowling for Columbine. 7, Catch Me If You Can. 6, Adaptation, period. 5, Far From Heaven. 4, Punch Drunk Love. People are dumb that don't like that movie. Sorry. 3, Spider-Man, the greatest superhero film. Actually, second one's better. Number 2, 25th Hour. Number 1, About Schmidt.
All right. 10, Punch Drunk Glove. 9, Secretary. 8, Bowling for Columbine. 7, City of God. 6, All or Nothing. 5, yeah, Mike Lee. 5, Funny Haha by Andrew Bujalski. 4, Adaptation. 3, About Schmidt. 2, Far From Heaven. And 1, 25th Hour.
Okay. Great top 3. Love your top 3. Very high on Far From Heaven.
Oh, great film.
Starring another insurance mascot.
Dennis Quaid?
Dennis Haysbert.
Oh, right.
Isn't he? Are they both
Yeah.
Allstate?
I don't know. I don't know
Allstate
if even
stands. Are
either
you in
of
good
them are
hands?
Allstate.
Oh, really? I
Yeah.
thought they were both Allstate.
I don't know which one's Mayhem.
Mayhem to protect you from. Call Allstate. I thought that's Allstate to
I don't
protect
know.
you from
I think Allstate's just the only one I know. Progressive, that's another one.
Geico.
But that's Flow, and Geico's a gecko,
Yeah, and they had the
and
cavemen.
occasionally cavemen.
I'm pretty sure Allstate. Both those guys, Allstate.
Okay, wow. They should do a buddy cop movie.
That'd be fun. They'd be good together.
Yeah.
I like both those guys. So that's it. What's next? Oh no, nothing on the Patreon, guys. But we have a fantasy basketball league, and I would love if somebody could join. We only have like 5 members. We need 5 more, or 3 more. So
I'm doing this begrudgingly because no one followed up on fantasy hockey. But we're doing.
Yeah, it already started.
Basketball.
It's already gone
bullshit. Yeah, me and Mikey Graff were in.
I'm sorry, guys. Well, that's only 2 members. Let's see if we can get 8 for fantasy basketball. If not, then this can be the last year of fantasy basketball. But Ross Beck wanted to defend his title.
wants to defend his title. I understand that.
Yeah,
I would too if I were Ross Beck.
So we'll give him that opportunity. So join, guys. I'll put it in the comments. So click the link and subscribe on YouTube, please.
Yeah, there's so much going on. The YouTube thing is so good. Like it's like the best thing the show's ever done, honestly.
Can I tell the audience what we're gonna do after October?
Oh yeah.
After we finish Hellraiser, what I want to start doing is go live on YouTube. I think that'd be fun. So you can be live, watch us, you can comment, we can answer your questions. I think that'd be a fun part of the show.
Yeah.
So we'll have to leave them on Patreon.
Right.
So starting after Hellraiser, we don't know what we're doing.
Yeah, we really don't actually. So if you have any suggestions, let us know. Hey, I take suggestions. Movie Mike texted me yesterday, and I said to Logan, "Hey, Movie Mike had a good idea," and Logan responded, "You're a little asshole. Fuck you."
It's not what happened.
It was. He like picked a fight with me. Anyway, fuck. We got 3 next week. Next week's the 3.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So get ready for that. It's Hellraiser Deader.
My favorite title of all time.
I like the one after that. Hellraiser Hell World.
Okay. Hell World. Wasn't that the song?
Hellbend. And the third one is Hellraiser Revelations.
Oh wow. Is that the name of the 4th Matrix film?
No, that's Resurrections.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Could be Revelations.
Could be. It's the title of a Buffy episode.
Isn't it Revolutions is one of them?
That's the 3rd one.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't see that one. Should
I
watch it? I saw 1, 2, and 4. Should I just watch the 3rd Matrix already?
Yes, of course. Okay, it's worth it at least for that silly fight at the end that goes on forever. They've
all got one moment like that.
Yeah.
The big bus scene in the second one, the highway one.
Yeah, but that's actually good.
Yeah,
the thing I'm talking about is like awful, but like very funny.
Okay.
All right, so 3 Hellraiser movies next week. Stay tuned to the patreon.com/thefranchise. We've got a Hey I'm Watching Here episode 100 coming your way soon.
Ooh, very true.
We've got more Buffy this week. Well, actually it's all Angel, right?
Oh yeah, don't remind me.
Yeah,
I guess it's good to remind
Angel this week. And we've got anything else?
Big Brother 24 coming at you.
We'll keep going on that.
We'll kick out all the white people for Daniel. Because that's Daniel's favorite thing.
What the fuck?
I'm just talking about how they kicked out Kyle because he.
I don't care that they kicked him out because he's white. I hate him because they branded him a racist.
Yeah,
for no
circumstances.
Reason. Yeah.
We'll see if that trend continues.
Yeah, looking forward to it. All right, so stay tuned there,
guys. If you watched Big Brother 26 this season, we're going to go into that after Big Brother 24. That's the only other season Daniel has not seen this current season, aside from like Reindeer Games and OT.
It's not current, though. Didn't it end last night?
Ended Sunday night. Today's
Sunday
Tuesday
night, okay.
by the time we're recording. But yeah, there's a winner and a second place person and all that stuff. So
Yeah, and I'm unspoiled,
oh,
so
awesome.
I'm very much
I was
looking
worried
forward to it. No,
because
I've been pretty careful.
I would be online and I would see like so and so just won Big Brother, and I was like, oh, I hope Daniel's not seeing that
I
type of stuff.
literally only know one thing about the season, that a girl had dirty feet and she put them on the kitchen table.
I don't know if I remember that part of the season,
Okay, well, great.
so that's incredible. I don't even know who that could be. Maybe Angela. I could see it being her. But anyway, guys, so that's it. Next week, 3 Hellraisers and all that other stuff.
Yeah, come on back. Keep it slimy.